Julius Buchanan, editor-in-chief at Wealth Solutions Report. What's the latest on a major story you've been working on?
Thanks for having me, Chris. Yes, we're working on a story right now that takes a look at monetization and how advisors would want to monetize their life's work. And this is going to be more than a story, a one-off story for us. This is something we're going to look at from multiple angles. As you know, there's a need for more succession planning, more succession thought in the industry. And we feel like a lot of advisors get stuck at the point where they look at succession and they say, "Hey, this is a lot more than just money. It's more than just a paycheck. This is my life's work. These clients are my friends. This business is a service business, and I went into this to serve. I like people. I don't want to leave those people behind when I retire." And so it's a big question, and we feel like a lot of people hit a wall at those big questions, and then say, "This is too much to think about," because it's your masterpiece. It's your community, it's your family, sometimes literally your family. Um, will be in the business. It's your employees. So what we want to do is unpack over a period of time how this looks for an advisor to really think about succession and monetization. So this first article that we're having now is going to look into things like what kind of financing options are available, or where does the money and the funding come from? We're going to look at legal issues. We're going to look at whether or not you want to have a minority stake sold, or whether or not you want to sell full control. We're going to ask questions like this. But we're going to keep coming back to this theme because we think before you get into those questions, what you really need to ask, and the wall that I was talking about is when you look at this as your life's work, as your masterpiece, there's much more going on here than just say a payout with some contractual terms, staying on for a couple of years, train a next gen, and move on. There's much more going on, and we feel like when advisors can really sink their teeth into that, have a framework, and that's what we want to provide. Is like to think through this framework. We've talked a lot in the past couple of years. We've talked a lot about AI and humanity, right? And as we talk about humanity, ironically, AI has made us think about being human, what it means to be human. What am I doing that a machine's not going to replace? And that's been a great focus. And we think that that focus of what your humanity is needs to go into this monetization. It needs to go into the succession planning. It needs to be the first thought, not the thought after you go ahead and take the check, and then you hit the golf links, or whatever, playing with grandkids, whatever you want to do. It's going to be the first question, like, what is my life going to look like later? How do I take care of my employees? How do I provide, turn over to the next gen? And also, how do I provide inheritance to my family, take care of my spouse? When we look at all that, because advisors are going to want to do a good job. Well, you need to look at the humanity part of it, right? You as a human, ask that question first. And then once you unpack that question and have those questions, then these other questions of what does the deal look like, those are going to fall in line. But if you go into this, and many people are reluctant to do this, to go into it and say, well, what is the financial angle? And what kind of contractual provisions do I have? And don't look first at what does it mean to me and the people I care about and to my clients who are my friends. Then you're leaving the humanity part out. I think at this point in our industry's evolution, we need to look at what that means to be human in this aspect, what it means to be human as an advisor, not just versus what an AI is going to do for you and automate for you, but what it means to be fully human as an advisor moving towards retirement, and how you relate that humanity to all the other humans around you. And we're really excited about this, and this is going to be the first look at it. We're going to get into some of the nuts and bolts in this article, especially around financing, deal structure, legal issues. But going forward, we want that to be to bring out more angles on this about that human angle, that masterpiece, and what happens with your masterpiece in your life's work.
Julius, that sounds very relevant, meaningful, and exciting. I look forward to reading the article in Wealth Solutions report. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Chris.